Hi there, today I have a video that's a little bit different. If you see my channel, you know that I love making and keeping illustrated journals, digital diaries. Well, here in France where I'm on holiday, making and keeping diaries like this is so popular that there's a word for it. It's called a carnet de voyage. That's something like a travel diary. And the people who make and keep carnet de voyage are called carnettistes. It is pretty common here for there to be festivals and exhibitions of carnet de voyage, these visual diaries, and the people who keep them. I've just never been close enough to go to one before, but today there was one in the town next door to me. So yeah, you bet I went, and it was paradise. A few people there were nice enough to let me visit with them at their table and talk about their diaries and books and what they make and why and how. So if you'd like to see more of that, please stay with me. We're going to go right after the jump to the Carnet de Voyage exhibition. If you like journal arts, if you like book and paper arts, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and be sure and turn on the notifications, and you will have more of them in your life. Let's go visit some diaries. This is Olivia Zakata, and I am at her table where she is making nature journals. And this is one of... Are these birds that you see in your garden?
Those no, they are from an old encyclopedia from the library of the city where I live. It's made from this encyclopedia from the 18th century. It's the same. I'm copying for my pleasure with these birds.
You speak very good English.
Oh, thank you. So those are from the encyclopedia. But this journal is from my life in countryside. It's written Carnet du Hameau, who means sketchbook from my tiny village.
Hamlet.
Hamlet. And that's because I start this journal that I realized how birds are interesting. And I start writing the list of the birds I'm seeing every day. And I made a game from that. Those are the list of the names of the birds. So this as well. And this is also a musical and acoustic experience to live with birds. So I tried also to translate this sound experience with pencils and colors. It's just exploration. This is wild pig bones that I crossed in the forest as well. So I just sketched them very roughly. And the list of the... Voilà, this is a very just an exploration, but these are the birds, and this is my sound experience. How can I translate this? Very simply. And so from this work, I start to ramasser, to pick up some, comment dire?
To make studies?
Plumes.
Feathers.
Feathers in the forest. And so I start to just sketch voilà, some feathers. Initially, I wanted to write in front of it, so that's why I put them...
Space.
Voilà, in different part of the...
So to leave space for writing and words.
Yes, but it didn't happen, and slowly
We understand.
Voilà, I start to sketch feathers more and more, so those birds, and the feathers also make the postcards format.
You said that you are thinking of a project to make postcards of the everyday.
Oh yeah, that's an already existing project. For 1 year with another artist, we had relation artistique épistolaire. You don't.
Je suis sourd.
Okay.
J'entends rien.
Writing letters to each other.
Yes, and with another artist, and for 1 year, almost every day, every 2-3 days, we were sending each other some postcards, and to have this production, so these are the envelopes, I saw that daily life, as we said earlier, is a travel, and I was sketching the leaves, or the bouquet, or just from an old book I was finding in the free book.
Yes, the little
Case
library.
in the streets. You have
The little library.
voilà, little library. So I was picking some old books and making collage, picking some old stamps as well, playing with that, and sending these postcards. And this was, or maps you can see as well. Some maps I was also making collage and pastel with maps. And yeah, those are daily travel. Exactly. And this is another series about season. I wanted to show that how much the season, of course, can be inspiring. And it's also another medium exploration. I'm printing some photos, and with pastel, I'm intervening on the photo.
So she's printed the photos and she's working on top with pastel?
Yeah, pastel, and this is a white pencil. And this is water pastel, so sometimes I put a drop of water, and it's
We say water soluble.
yeah, exactly. And most of the time it's not my photos, but sometimes, like this one, the Loire, is my photos that I printed.
And now I am visiting the table of Hélène Jégou. I will put a link to her information in the text box below. I love how she is using these very, very bright colors. That's just making the watercolor pop. And she's working in situ, just drawing what she's looking at, but again, using some negative space, beautiful color with some loose lines. Here's a beautiful street scene with a church in the background. And this is the table of Sylvie Bargain. Bonjour, Madame Sylvie. Bonjour. And she has these extraordinary... She's working on brown paper. Do you make your own books? Do you make your own carnet?
Non, tous ces oiseaux-là, en fait, je les ai fait cet hiver quand il faisait un temps exécrable dehors. Donc c'est pour ça que j'ai fait des oiseaux. Donc là, j'ai fait la photo, mais tous des oiseaux que j'avais vus. Par exemple, la spatule, je venais de la voir en me baladant, et du coup, j'ai... Non. Comme j'habite pas loin du golfe, il me vient. Alors, les oiseaux, non, c'est sur le papier teinté, c'est ce papier-là. Papier recyclé, c'est celui-là, et avec en miniature, je pouvais chorégraphier
And
like this.
Sylvie has worked in this accordion. How else do you call this?
Accordion.
Also accordion format. And has made reproductions in miniature, like this. It's the same?
No, this is Mallorca. Mallorca is...
Ah.
In the original, there is flowers sometimes. Sometimes not in this one. This one, I think.
Oh.
Yes, flowers.
Mallorca. And she's put in some dried flowers from Mallorca. And you can see sometimes the pages continue, so the layout just grows and grows.
Love a flower.
Oh, it's charming. Ooh. And then these are made into the copies? Is that correct? These are the copies of the...
Yes, copies.
And so she makes the reproductions.
No,
Like this.
YouTube.
And they are beautiful.
30 000. Plus. 30 000 et quelques. Elle est très célèbre.
And now I'm visiting Marie-Jeanne Legoherel. I know I said that terribly. And she's explaining to me how she's adopted Inktober. You know Inktober. It's a challenge.
Oui.
Explique-moi.
Ah, c'est un challenge en fait proposé sur le mois d'octobre, un dessin par jour avec un mot, voilà, et on respecte voilà la consigne. Le but étant de faire dessiner tous les jours.
Oh.
Et là, c'est un carnet avec...
I love this page.
Oui, ça c'est vraiment représentatif de la Bretagne.
And she's swatching out her palette here with some studies in... I can't think of the word. Ah. Again, a lot of gray tones. Quelle encre?
Les homards?
Oh. Oma, some lobsters. Il y a beaucoup de Bretons, dis donc.
Voilà le petit côté humoristique.
Un autre mot.
Voilà la liste des mots.
Oh, and then she's made a list of all of the pages for Inktober. Il est charmant. And this is another page. That's beautiful. Are you making this by hand? Fait par main?
Les carnets sont faits main.
Oui.
Sont fabriqués
So it's an
par
open
Marie-Jeanne
spine,
main.
and that is going to lay flat. It's beautiful. Okay, enough. I hope that you learned something and got some ideas. You can check out the text box below this video to see links to all of the artists that I spoke with today. and check out their pages and artwork. Until later, happy making.